Great. I think we're live now.
Right.
So, hi Sarthak, and it's
Hello.
just great to have you here. All right. So, in today's session, we just basically want to have a conversation with you and get to know your journey, how you learned data science with Code Infinity and everything around that. So, but the first question that I have for you is, Sarthak, what prompted you to get into the field of data science? Like, what was your motivation behind that?
When I was in college, I was pursuing BCA from GTSIP University. So while pursuing my first year only, I got introduced through a data science field or through YouTube only. So I start to learn a basic of data science, like what are the requirements to be a data scientist in future, and what are the scope of data scientists. So from YouTube only, I started to uh, like uh, starting to understand the importance of data. So while I was in my third year of my college, so I got enrolled in Board Infinity, for learning part for data science. From there, my career accelerated in terms of learning.
All right, Sarthak, and could you tell us what your educational background was? What was your bachelor's in?
I did my BCA. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think that also kind of helped you in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
choosing. Right. Okay. That's really nice to know. So, Sarthak, we at Board Infinity, we're known for our coaches because our coaches are industry experts, which means that they're people who are working in the industry and can give you insights about the tips and tricks that they've learned through their own journey. So I want to ask you, what was your experience with the coaches at Board Infinity like?
My experience was coaches was great. It was I got to learn about too many concepts from too many new things which I wouldn't have learned without them. It would be really difficult if they wouldn't help me. Like a resume building part was really necessary. I didn't know how, as a fresher how to build a resume. What's other things like uh, like a company will look in my resume, how to they won't be reading my resume, they are just auto scanners in most of the companies they scan. So you need to have the certain keywords for a job specific keywords. I got to know about that, and too many things without coaches this journey would have been much more difficult. All the material is available on web for free, but when you got coaches, yeah, it's in the structure format, and they will help you a lot.
Right. And I think what you're talking about, that's called the ATS or
Yeah,
the
ATS, ATS.
applicant tracking system, right?
Yeah,
And I also got to know about it quite recently. And I would like to say through Board Infinity only when I joined
yeah.
the company. So that is something that most of the people they actually don't know about because this is not something that is taught in college.
Colleges, yeah.
Yeah, when you make your CV or your resume, this is what you have to do. This is
Yeah.
something that somebody will tell you, and then you'll be like, "Acha, ye bhi hota hai," right? I completely understand you and relate with you here. So, Sarthak, we also do hackathons during
Yeah.
the period of the course. So, what was your experience during the hackathon like, and what all did you learn through it?
Yeah, I only participated in one of them. There was a Excel dashboard. I participated in that. Apart from that, I didn't participate in much hackathons. I was I told you I was in my last year of college, so there was exams and projects were going on. So I was busy with them, but hackathons were good. You can learn new things, how to implement. Learning part is different and implementing part is different. So through hackathon, you will learn how to implement those things which you have learned in your course.
Right. Okay, so coming to a bit of a technical question in some terms. So, which programming language would you say is the one that you should know in order to get an advantage in the workspace environment?
If we talk about data science field, Python is a must. Everyone knows, everyone requires Python. Some jobs also require R, but majority is Python. And apart from data science, the two major languages for to one can go with C++ and Java. Java is good for Android development and the software part of the stuff. and C++ is quite good for like learn OOPS concept and to learn DS and algo. So, like I also learned my like OOPS concept and DS and algo from C++ only. After that, I shifted to Python.
All right, okay. So I think Python is one of the most important languages that
Yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
should know, especially
Yeah,
if you're planning to stay in the field of data science and
yeah.
accelerate your career. Right. Okay. So you told us that when you were doing the course with us, you were also in your third year. So what were the difficulties that you faced during the period of our course? Because you were studying in college simultaneously, and that might have led to a lot of balancing on your part. Ki, acha, I have to do my college studies, but I also have to do this course. So what were these challenges that you faced and how did you overcome them?
In terms of like time management, I was good. Like I didn't face any difficulty in managing things. Difficulty was only like when you like implement things for the first time. Like you learn something, then you build a project on that thing. That will be a bit difficult. Like you will face certain new problems which you might have not learned in your course, or like you are unaware of. So to tackle that, you will either to consult your coaches, or like just find on web. So like finding a web is like a better part, because you will get to learn a lot more just from that problem only. So like in terms of like problem and like how to overcome them, like time management was I was good at that. Like I didn't face many difficulties because like classes were on like weekends, and rest was like quizzes and exams and projects, which I didn't face any difficulties. It was fine for me. Like management thing was not a difficult part.
All right, that's good to know because for many
As
people,
college was also like online mode only,
yeah,
so that helped.
I think had the college been offline, so it would have
Uh,
been very difficult to manage it all together.
yeah, yeah,
Right. So I think online classes did come as a blessing for many
yeah.
students because they were able to do a lot of other things to accelerate their career, because I'm sure during our course as well, you learned a lot of new skills which you're going to apply in your professional life as well. So, coming to your professional life now, could you tell us what was your placement experience at Board Infinity like? Did you go through any mock interviews? And if you did they help you in your actual interviews?
Yeah, like in Burn Treaty, it's one-on-one sessions for like coaches, like in placement program. There's a one-on-one session with coaches. In those sessions, so, like there was certain mock interviews also. So like yeah, mock interviews like helped me a lot. Like how will interviewer like ask a question like just from your CV, like how should you write your CV, and how will you answer certain questions just from your CV. For example, everyone mentions projects and CV. So like uh, when my coach in one of my mock interviews, he told me to explain one of my projects. So like I just fumbled up a lot like while explaining the project, and he just told me like build a story around it. Like start with like from where you get the data, what's the objective, what's the problem statement, then what's the process you followed, what are the problems you faced, and rest and end with the conclusion. So from there I got to I need to work on mock interviews help a lot, like while like how to answer the questions. You everyone knows the like what they have done, but to answer that correctly is also like necessary.
Right. And when you sit for an actual interview, you get really nervous at times.
Yeah,
So
sometimes.
even though you know that you know the answer, but without a prior practice, at times you might start fumbling in your actual interview, and that might not work out for you. So I'm pretty sure the mock interviews were really helpful.
Yeah.
So could you tell us where did you sit for the interviews during our placement drive, and which company did you finally end up with?
So like I gave two interviews, like one in Fragma Data. I got rejected in second round of interview, and the second company was Genpact, and I got selected over there.
All right, that's really nice to know. So, what is the job profile at Genpact?
A data analyst.
All right, and how many rounds were there during the interview, and
Two rounds were
what
there.
kind of rounds were they?
The first one was like a purely technical, and the second was like a mix of like a HR and like technical. Like mostly like they were checking communication and like they just asked the question from a CV only. First was like technical, like they were asking questions from like all over, but in second round it was quite CV specific.
All right. Okay. So, Sarthak, I was going through your LinkedIn profile and I saw that you have yourself done a lot of certifications, especially in the field of data science and other certain certifications as well. So, how important do you feel that these certifications are in your daily life, and do they help in your day-to-day workspace environment?
Yeah, like as a fresher, like always like certificates will help. As a fresher, like you don't have any work experience, so like interview will judge on like what are the things you know, like what projects you did. So like certificates are really important.
All right. Okay. And now coming to the field data science. So data science in itself is an ever evolving field. What we knew about data science, say 5 to 10 years ago, will not be relevant right now because
Yeah.
we're changing, the times are changing, and after COVID, a lot of things changed immensely altogether. So, in such an ever evolving and changing field, how would you say that you stay relevant and you will stay relevant, and what tips would you like to give to others as well to stay relevant in the field of data science?
Like data science right now is quite in a mature state. Like the internet was in like early 2000s. The data science is in the same position right now. Like it will evolve a lot from here. Like too many things will go automated from here only. So like to stay relevant, like one should like stay updated with the latest technologies. Just be in circle of like people, like smart people in the data science, industry experts. Be in touch with them, have a good surrounding with like industry experts, like join groups and stuff on LinkedIn, on Reddit, on different platforms. Like just stay relevant from like latest technologies and what's going on in the industry. That will help like staying relevant.
All right. Okay. So you told us that the classes were on the weekend, so that also helped you in
Yeah.
actually attending those classes. So could you maybe tell us how did you delineate your times, and how did you decide कि, okay, this is the time I will study for, say, my college, and this is the time where I will study for board infinity? What did you have a set timetable, or did you just go with the flow?
No, I didn't have any timetable, but like this is the process. Like until like there's a 2, 3, like at least 3, 4 like pending videos are there. I won't watch any video. Like at least I need to 3 to 4 videos. Like I can watch them in one go. So like I will watch in like 1.5x or like 2x speed. So like that saves times also. Like I won't watch it live, but I will watch it recorded, and I will watch at least 2 to 3 videos in one go. Like
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
like so like I can complete more in lesser time.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think that is a smarter way to go about it, because you kind
Yeah.
of learn things in a faster manner, but you also save time. So, coming to the part where you said कि live में थोड़ा ज़्यादा time लगता है in some ways. So we do quite a lot of webinars as well. So these webinars, they're sometimes just for our students and sometimes they're open for all. Like
Yeah.
you can go on YouTube and check out those webinars. So how important do you think such videos and such webinars, especially on a platform like YouTube, are? Because you can go back there again and again. So do you think that is helpful in some ways?
Like a webinar from like Board Infinity was like quite helpful. Like they were like industry experts coming and they were showing how to stay like we have learned like thing, but implementation part is always a difficult part. Like to get you need to watch like these kind of webinars a lot, so that you can stay uh, okay, if I face such type of problem, so like how to tackle that, to counter that, like webinars will help you a lot. Yeah.
Right. So since you told us about this, that you have done quite a few projects during our course as well, and you built a story around one of those projects too. So could you tell us a gist about your projects, and how did you go on about those projects?
Let's one of my projects was call prediction, next call prediction date. So in this project, we are having a data in which we were having data from customer service, like they need to call their customers for pay the premium. So they can't call every day, and they can't wait for too long also. We need to find out what's the ideal date to next call, how many days should we wait to call them next. We are having first calls and follow-up calls. So and we were having either the customers have paid the premium or not. So through that, I used a lot of statistics on the dead data to find out the ideal number of days one should wait to call the customer.
Okay, all right. And how long did it actually take you to complete this project?
2-3 days.
All right, okay, that's a good amount of time
Yeah.
and quite fast as well, I must say. So, Sarthak, I guess if I have to, because I feel like we don't have any questions coming right now from our viewers.
Okay.
But I think for anybody who's going to watch this video in the future as well, because it's going to stay on YouTube, my final question to you is, what advice would you like to give to people who are in this stage where you are right now, who are planning to start a career in data science, but they don't know what to do, they're overwhelmed with just the word data science? What would your advice be to those people?
Before joining Born University, I was also at same state, I didn't know much. But I first before joining Born University, I just used to watch a lot of YouTube videos on data science, and I used to read a lot of articles how to get into this field. So I was having certain knowledge, but I was still quite amateur in data science. But slowly and slowly, when you start executing things, and when you start a thing, just you need to start somehow, or rest flow will be there. You need just main part is starting. If you delay the things, you will not, I don't think that one will be going to start. So don't delay things, start right now. Just watch 10-12 YouTube videos on how to enter into data science field. You will get to know a lot in that part only. If you need to feel joining certain courses, do join those courses, do certifications and stuff. Just start right now. Don't think too much. As a beginner, I was also quite afraid of machine learning will be quite difficult. How will I understand? I have never in my college days, I didn't know anything about machine learning. But through when I started doing things, things will come in place, and you will understand things.
Right. So I guess the key getaway is, don't think too much.
Yep.
If you want to get into this field, just start exploring what all options are there, how to start learning, and just get on with it. Because I think when you start overthinking things, you start going all negative at times. कि नहीं यार नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे, ये बहुत difficult है. So as Sarthak just said, just go for it, and I'm pretty sure that the end result would be something that you didn't even expect. All right, Sarthak. So I guess with that, we come to the end of this amazing session. And I'm so
All right.
glad that you were here with us. You shared your own story and your own journey with us. And I would just like to thank you. And thank you for sparing the time and having this conversation.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
All right. Bye, Sarthak.
Bye
I'll
bye.
see you around. Bye.
Bye, Nanya. Bye.